Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Makakwadash. Double lines to the elders of GMS rule well. Peace, salutation, like Akim in the four corners, percent truth, sincerity. Peace be unto you, and Shalom.
Okay, I wanted to go into this lesson about counsel, rebuke. Nobody likes to be rebuked. You're not the only one. It doesn't feel good. But so what? Sometimes it has to be done. You know, who is he that has never done anything worthy of being rebuked about? You know, we all fall short of the glory of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. You know, we all go off. None of us are perfect. But how do you rebound is the question. So I wanted to start, by showing example of David when he was rebuked and what his response was. Because, that pride and that ego wants to, nah, fuck that. You know, but you got to be willing to, you know, you got to be willing to, accept, reflect, when you're rebuked. This is 2 Samuel uh 12 and verse 1. This is after David had slept with Uriah the Hittite, who, not Uriah the Hittite, he slept with Uriah the Hittite's wife and essentially committed adultery, which means that he had committed a sin that was, punishable unto death. He put him to death as well, you know. So this is afterwards. This is Psalm 2 Samuel 12 and 1. And Yahweh sent Nathan unto David, and he came unto him and said unto him, there were two men in one city, the one rich and the other poor. The rich man had exceeding many flocks and herds, but the poor man had nothing, save one little ewe lamb, which he had bought and nourished up. And it grew up together with him, and with his children. It did eat of his own meat, and drank of his own cup, and lay in his bosom. And he, and was unto him as a daughter. So that was in this parable. This poor man, all he got nothing is this ewe lamb, and that's his everything. You know, that's everything to him. Verse 4. And there came a traveler unto the rich man, and he spared to take of his own flock and of his own herd to dress for the wayfaring man that was come unto him. Because that's what you're supposed to do when a brother comes unto you, a wayfaring man, you're supposed to, lay the red carpet out for him. But this rich man's not doing it in this parable. Reading on, but took the poor man's lamb and dressed it for the man that was come to him. So all that poor man had was that lamb. The rich man took it in the parable. Verse 5. and and David's anger was greatly kindled against the man. And he said to Nathan, as Yahweh liveth, the man that hath done this thing shall surely die, and he shall restore the lamb fourfold, because he did this thing, and because he had no pity. Verse 7. And Nathan said to David, Thou art the man. Thus saith Yahweh, God of Israel, I anointed thee king over Israel, and I delivered thee out of the hand of Saul, and I gave thee thy master's house and thy master's wives into thy bosom, and gave thee the house of Israel and of Judah. And if that had been too little, I would moreover have given unto thee such and such things. So he said, I would have given you even more if that wasn't enough. Verse 9, Wherefore hast thou despised the commandment of Yahweh to do evil in his sight? Thou hast killed Uriah the Hittite with the sword, and hast taken his wife to be thy wife, and hast slain him with the sword of the children of Ammon. Now therefore, Yahweh shall never slack it. Now therefore, the sword shall never depart from thine house, because thou hast despised me, and hast taken the wife of Uriah the Hittite to be thy wife. So David got punished for this. He's spared, but he's punished. Reading on, thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will raise up evil against thee out of thine own house, because the Most High ended up stirring up an adversary unto David. Multiple adversaries to be honest, but Absalom, his own son. Reading on, raise up evil against thee out of thine own house, and I will take thy wives before thine eyes, and give them unto thy neighbor. And that neighbor happened to be his son Absalom. And he shall lie with thy wives in the sight of this son. And that happened in 2 Samuel chapter, what's that? What is that? 15 and 16 and 21. That was when that was fulfilled with his son. Verse 12. For thou didst it secretly, but I will do this thing before all Israel and before the sun. So see how David has slept with Uriah the Hittite's wife, and he conspired to, or he slept with Uriah the Hittite's wife, and he put him to death. Well, the Most High said, okay, you want to sleep with somebody's wife and put him to death? How about your son? He gonna sleep with your wives, and he gonna try to put you to death, and you gonna flee before him. What goes around comes around. Now let's see how David responded to being rebuked by this. Verse 13, and David said unto Nathan, I have sinned against Yahweh. And Nathan said unto David, Yahweh also hath put away thy sin, thou shalt not die. Howbeit, look, he said, I've sinned. He ain't go all that extra talking and stuff like that. He said, man, I fucked up. And that's how you take rebuke. That is a sign of a character. That says a lot about you. And David, because you see other example of Uzziah. 80 priests had to withstand him to tell him, and he got robbed because he was burning incense, and giving up offerings. And he got pissed. David over here, he takes it. Verse 14, howbeit, because by this deed thou hast given great occasion to the enemies of Yahweh to blaspheme the child, also that is born unto thee shall surely die. So the child ended up being a stillborn. Verse 15, and Nathan departed unto his house, and Yahweh struck the child that Uriah's wife bare unto David, and it was very sick. And so you get to see how David respond. You know, that's very, very honorable thing to do. You get up, you get knocked down, you get up. That's a man right there. You know, It ain't, you're not supposed to be going tit for tat back and forth with somebody. That's the honorable thing to do. You messed up. Let me get up. Flock you 1 second. You know, you mess up and you make a effort to do better, and what you that's ultimately what you do. You know, because we all messed up. It should feel bad, to be honest. But guess what? That's your opportunity to do better. On that note, we give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Kakodash, that belongs to elders GMS Rule Well. Peace, salutations, and shalom.